Thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for this very, very special Q&A edition. I strategically waited until the Wednesday after the Royal Rumble to have this hashtag Batista Q&A because, for obvious reasons, I figured a lot of people would probably be upset with Batista winning the Royal Rumble, and as a result, we're probably going to have some very angry questions. I was actually surprised that there weren't more angry questions pertaining to Batista. Some funny questions, though, for this Q&A. Some of the funnier ones I've seen this side of a Varsity Villain Q&A. So let's get through this. A lot of great questions for this one. At Beam of the Cashman has 3 to start things off. What's your favorite humorous Batista moment? Obviously, you could sit there and say his promo back in 2010 in the Road to WrestleMania, where he talks about Cena kissing babies and hugging fat girls. Or you could talk about the one moment where Mark Henry comes out and tries to make the big save. Batista takes a headbutt from Mark Henry and goes back and then flops back all asshole like. That was awesome. Next question. Do you think Guardians of the Galaxy will make Batista a legitimate presence in the media? Depends, I guess, on how you define legitimate. It's definitely not going to hurt. We'll see how the movie goes over, and that'll determine, how Batista is viewed and how much he is in demand for the national media. What is your favorite Batista match is his other question. I'd probably say him and Undertaker at WrestleMania 23. That probably ranks as my favorite Batista match of all time. At Light Janae, objectively speaking, is Batista a future Hall of Famer, and does he deserve it at this point? Yes and yes. Remember, Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame. Coco Beware's in the Hall of Fame. So, there you go. At Task Force Rory, with all the major significant things going on in this world today that frankly scare me quite a bit, I suppose the most important question I have for you, Schleg Daddy, is how big is Batista's dick? I added the first part on there to build up to the question. How big is Batista's dick? Ask Melina. Ooh. Ask AJ Lee. Maybe that's why CM Punk left. Batista was going to take his bitch. Anyways. At the Chaos YT. What are some feuds you'd like to see Batista have in the coming year or so? Lesnar. Daniel Bryan. Either maybe a Sheamus or a Roman Reigns. Those would be a couple that would stand out to me. At the Tyler Nichols, how would you book Batista versus Daniel Bryan? I'd probably do it post-WrestleMania, where I'd flip Batista heel and have him become the new face of the WWE, aligned with the Authority, and truly being aligned with the Authority, not where the Authority's coming out and pooning him every week like they do with Randy Orton right now. And you just feed off of the whole Daniel Bryan against the Machine storyline. So simple it would work. At Purichi Mihai, I think I got this right. Aside from all the boos from the Royal Rumble, did you enjoy Batista's performance? Because those knees he gave looked like shit. I enjoyed his performance in the sense that about 2 minutes in, he was sucking wind. And I love how he couldn't even celebrate his big moment for a couple of minutes because he had to gather his breath. Man, was he out of shape. Man, was he fucking winded. That was bad. So in that sense, yes, I did enjoy the performance very much. And McBrad's 95, with Batista returning to WWE, does that make Sheamus now the lackey in the Breakfast Club? Until Daniel Bryan understands how the game is really played and officially gains membership into the Breakfast Club, then he will become the jobber lackey for the Breakfast Club. But as of this moment, yes, Sheamus will be the kind of odd man out, the lackey, so to speak. At Wrestling Crisis, what is your favorite Batista feud and why? Favorite Batista feud would probably be him and Undertaker in 2007. I just thought those two had really good chemistry together. They had some really good matches. Obviously, WrestleMania 23 was just one of them. I really, really liked their feud a lot. At old_Biff83, do you think Batista would have made it as far as he did in WWE if he would have kept the Leviathan gimmick he had in OVW? Probably not. I doubt it. Because they never would have paired a Leviathan with Flair in Triple H in Evolution. I don't think so. No, he wouldn't have made it as far. At California EST 96, what's your dream Batista match? It could be against anybody at any point in their career. You could choose the venue too. I don't care the venue. Give me Batista versus Psycho Sid. Fuck yeah. The Battle of the Power Bombs, bitches. Which Batista feud did you prefer? Undertaker in '07 or Triple H in '05? Well, was it for the match quality, the promos, or the storyline, or a combination? Undertaker in 2007, even though Triple H in 2005 was really good, that was a feud I enjoyed quite a bit. I also enjoyed his feud, frankly, with Cena in 2010, even though he ended up looking like the big jobber bitch in it. I enjoyed that tremendously because I think it was some of Batista's best work when he was just able to say whatever the hell he wanted as a heel. Let's see here. Let me page down. And as far as, was it because of match quality, promos, or storyline? There's a combination of things is why I prefer the Taker feud in '07. Do you feel that the return of Batista was ruined by what he didn't do on Raw or just being at the wrong place at the wrong time? No, I don't even necessarily agree that the Batista return was ruined. A lot of Daniel Bryan fans would like to think they have helped ruin Batista's return, but they are just fooling themselves, let me assure you. And again, let me emphasize this for anybody that has any delusional thoughts in their heads. You could sit there and cheer for this guy. You could poon the rest of the show. You could try and hijack the show. The WWE is going to do what the WWE deems best, whether or not you agree with it. See, pushing John Cena as the top babyface for the past 9 years, even though you guys have primarily been booing him the past 9 years. Get fucking real. At Z Awesome 1, what do you think about the way Batista responded to the crowd in Pittsburgh after the Rumble went off the air? Well, the guys are flipping him off, and he flips them off, and it's all fun. No big deal. I think people need to get Ben on this one. I kind of like it. I won the Rumble. You don't like it? Fuck you. At MC_Big Bird. Where would you rate the Batista face turn in 2005 on the all-time scale of well-executed face turns? I wouldn't put it like super high on the list, but it was definitely a well-done face turn. And the fact that Triple H jobbed for him at 3 straight pay-per-views is still stunning to me to this day. So it was well done. It's one of my more favorite ones in recent times, that's for sure. At Eric Scampoli Guy, do you think Batista is facing Daniel Bryan for the championship at WrestleMania 30? Fucking A, no. Would be stunned if that happened. Just like I told you, I would be stunned if Daniel Bryan won the Royal Rumble last Sunday. I would be stunned if Daniel Bryan was even in the Royal Rumble last Sunday. I'm telling you this for a reason. It's going to be Batista and Orton unless something dramatically changes between now and Mania. They're going to have Daniel Bryan do his own thing now that CM Punk's left. They're probably going to have him wrestle Triple H, actually try to bother, maybe bringing some closure to the Authority storyline. But I doubt Bryan's going to face Batista. Maybe after WrestleMania, maybe after Batista and Randy Orton are done, but at this point, I doubt it. At Goodboy_EOB, what was the best guy Batista ever tag team with? Ric Flair. Do you believe that John Morrison intentionally offered Melina to Batista and hoped they'd get into the Breakfast Club? No, Batista said, John Morrison, I'm taking your bitch. You know what you're going to do about it? Nothing. Go over in the fucking corner and do some wacky-ass parkour. Ask your bitch how big Batista's dick is. Other question. Would you rather see Batista face Orton or John Cena at WrestleMania 30? Personal preference? John Cena. Follow up on what happened in 2010. That's one I'd rather see. That was a really good feud, actually. That was an entertaining feud. And Batista carried that feud to me in 2010. No question about it. At Edsel4, do you think Batista will get a title run this year? Yes. He's going to win the belt at Mania. Probably carry it 3 months before he drops off to somebody. Hopefully for a lot of years' sake. Maybe Daniel Bryan. But could be Brock Lesnar. But he'll get a title run, no question. At Dante King 12, do you think Batista will have any consequences for flipping off a fan since he's in the Breakfast Club? No. Because you just said the key thing right there. He's in the Breakfast Club. It's that simple. At Bella's Natty Forever, Would you love to see a Brock Lesnar versus Batista match at Elimination Chamber or at WrestleMania? Yeah, at WrestleMania, no doubt about it. I think there's a lot of interest and a lot of intrigue there. To two former top guys, two guys that did some MMA. Lesnar did it at a much higher level, granted, but they never really touched. I think it would be incredibly intriguing to have a Lesnar-Batista match at WrestleMania 30, and I'm surprised, frankly, that the WWE didn't go in that direction. And maybe that was a mistake. Maybe they could do that for SummerSlam 2014. Let's hope. At Orton G. Armstrong, how would you have booked Batista if he stayed in WWE after losing to Cena at 3 consecutive pay-per-views in 2010? Hold on. That's how you know you're starting to get old, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta cut out the pop and drink water and apple juice. Oh god. Anyways, what was the question? How would I have booked him? I probably would have still had him quit and go away for a little while and then bring him back, and don't know what else I'd do with him at this point in time. At World of Chelsea, if Batista started Evolution 2.0, who would he have as the remaining members? Triple H would be in the Flair role. Batista would be in the Triple H role. Who would fill the Orton and Batista roles? Sheamus and Roman Reigns, maybe. Just a thought. At ARI_fan_, what do you think would have happened to Batista in Evolution if Mark Jindrak had gotten his spot instead? They probably would have dropped Jindrak from the group after 3 months, and the group might not have worked. Mark Jindrak. Oh, God. And Batista, they would have continued to have him be another dumb dick character. They might have rehashed Leviathan. Oh, God. Anyways. At CandyLick21, do you think The Rock versus Batista is a match we should see later on down the road? Would you want to see it? Yeah, I'd like to see it. Should it happen? Yeah, if they could make it work. I just don't know if things are ever going to align properly where they could make it work, but it'd be kind of cool to see it. At Apes in One Fan, what do you think of a feud between a face Batista who just left Evolution with heel Thugonomics John Cena over the world title? That would be pretty cool, especially since you're emphasizing a different type of John Cena going back to Thugonomics John Cena, which is the John Cena that I prefer all day long. That simple. You give me a heel Thugonomics John Cena, I'm backing down from any damn buddy, not afraid of any damn buddy, charging hard after a freaking Batista who's just turned on Evolution, who's just won the belt from Triple H at Mania and then beat him the next 2 pay-per-views. The same Batista that eliminated John Cena at the end of the 2005 Royal Rumble. Oh, man, I could run with that all day long and be drawing money, I would think, all day long. Thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for this hashtag Batista Q&A. I thought there were going to be more hard-hitting questions, more anti-Batista questions, and I frankly got. Remember to follow the show on Twitter. The handle is @OffTheRopeShow. Any of you that have been following it know you've been in for a treat lately. I've been posting a lot more tweets on there and a lot more thoughts about wrestling, the WWE, TNA, whatever the case might be. So make sure you go there, give it a follow. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Shame on you if you haven't. You're missing out on all types of good stuff when it happens. As far as the next Q&A topic that hasn't been fully determined yet, that will be announced officially on February 1st when I announce what the video schedule will be for OTR Essential for the month of February. So just sit tight. I'll let you know on February 1st what the next topic is for the Q&As. Thanks for all of you again that tweeted your questions for this one. How big is Batista's dick? I wonder if AJ Lee's going to find out.